Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be on the OG, the original, the first. Many try to be like them, many couldn't. Some are better, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm talking about the Urban Decay Naked Palette. Now I know you guys seen this probably going around all over the place, and it's for a reason. Urban Decay is actually discontinuing this palette, but they still have a few, and it's like, I think like on sale, so it's like $27. So if you ever wanted to have the Naked palette, this is the time, and it's probably going to be the last time because supposedly it's going out of stock. But I have a feeling they might bring it back. I'm not really sure, but I feel like they can't discontinue it. Like, this is like the original, the first. Like, this started it all for a lot of people. Like, I think this was the very first high-end palette that I ever bought, that I really ever wanted. I was like, oh my god, I need to have it. And I begged my mom to get it for me. And she didn't, so I had to work and get it myself. So anyway, but yeah, and I think my very first like tutorial was for this palette. I think the first one I saw was Kathleen Lights doing this tutorial, and who else? I don't really remember, but this was like the very first palette for a lot of people. I mean, and it's a good palette. It's not the best. There's been other palettes that have like surpassed this already, but I feel like you can't go wrong with this palette. I don't know how to explain it. Mine's like all beat up. It's like all ugly already. Like, the colors look disgusting, but I don't think I'll ever throw this away. Like, this was one of like my very first makeup loves, I would say. Today we're gonna try and do a very soft kind of natural smoky look. I feel like I say that with every video, and every video I try to do a natural everyday look, but I mean, it's called the Naked Palette for a reason. A lot of these colors are very neutral, very easy to work with, and it came with a brush, but that I have no idea where it is, and it wasn't that great, so I'm not sad about it. Let's go ahead and get started, but before we do, make sure you subscribe to this channel, you like this video, and you turn on the little notification bell so whenever I upload, you know, and then I know that you know. Let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, you gotta prime your lids. I don't really like a specific like eye primer. I usually just use like concealer. I feel like it does the same thing. Well, I guess I've never really found an eye primer that I've loved. To me, concealer does the same thing, so I don't feel the need to go and like spend an extra 20 bucks on like a primer when a concealer can do the same thing. Excuse if I look kind of naked. I just realized I have no earrings or any necklaces on. I am wearing a dress. Don't think I'm not wearing anything, because I am. So let's get started. I am going to go in with the color Naked on the palette, and I'm just going to take a regular fluffy blending brush, and we're just going to put that all over the lid. Now this is just a very nude color. This is a good all over the lid to kind of help set the primer too, or in my case the concealer. So you just want to make sure your whole lid is covered. The other eye. Now with a slightly sort of not so fluffy blending brush, we're going to go in with the color Buck. Now I think this and Half Baked are the two colors that I have that are like almost hitting pan. Those were like my go-tos back in the day. Okay, and with Buck, you're just kind of gonna go on the crease area and just kind of smoke out the ends. You can kind of bring that color a little bit more in the inner corner, but I'm just going to kind of focus it on the outside just to kind of give this a little bit more of a smoky look. I don't know if you can tell, but these colors are not like super intense, and that's because they are meant to be a little bit more on like the natural kind of look, and they are very warm. There are some like kind of cool toned kind of colors, but there's not a lot of them. These are great to go with, like, especially this color Buck, if you just want to kind of put this on the crease on days that you're not wearing any makeup, or if you're just kind of doing like mascara and like a little bit of concealer. This is a great color for that. Okay, now we're just gonna do the other eye. And now with the slightly smaller, it's kind of a flat, fluffy brush if you can see, we're going to take the color, let's just go in the color Dark Horse. And you're going to put that kind of, we're going to do this on like the outside of the crease. Now this color Dark Horse is a little shimmery, but it's workable. Focus this on the outside of the eye, not too crazy. Now we're going to do the other eye. And as you can see, this color does have some fallout, but I mean, that's not a big issue to me. You can always just clean that up. Now we are going to go in with a flat packing brush, just any flat packing brush. And we're just going to wet it. And we are going to go in with the color Smog. And we are going to focus that on kind of the middle towards the inside. And I don't want to go too high with this color. We're just going to kind of focus it on the bottom of the lid, just to kind of give that a little bit of a shimmer. Now with the other side that we didn't use, we are going to go in with the color Half Baked. Now this is a very, very pretty, like shimmery. It's just a pretty color. You're going to go in the inner corner and just kind of work it in towards that Smog color. I mean, that's just kind of pretty much lighten up, will brighten up that inner corner. And now with the same brush that we put on that buck, we're just going to grab a little bit more and blend that in, just to make sure there are no harsh lines. And that's pretty much it on like the top of the eye. So let me finish the rest of the eye look and I'll be right back. I already have everything on my eyebrows, foundation, bronzer, blah blah blah, highlighter, everything. So now the only last thing to do is to do the bottom of the eye. So for that, I'm gonna take a kind of small blending brush. It's kind of like a short pencil brush in a way, and I'm gonna go in the color Buck, and I'm just gonna kind of buff that all over the bottom of the eye. Ooh, I got in my eye. Like so. We don't want nothing too crazy. And now with the packing brush that we used, I'm going to go in the color Virgin. Now that color in the palette has not been used a lot. Put some in the inner corner like that. And the last thing to do is just add mascara to the bottom of the lashes. Ooh. And that's it. This is a super easy, super wearable makeup look. I mean, it looks like I tried really hard on this look, but honestly, it's like the easiest thing ever. And I mean, I only use like 4 of the colors in this palette, and there's a lot more of like really pretty colors. Toasted is also a super cute color if you're using like a kind of pinky brown undertone, like a mauve kind of color. It's just a really pretty palette. It's the OG, and right now it's on sale. It's like $27. So if you ever wanted to get it, honestly, right now is the time, because it is just, it's the OG. I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't know what else to say. And I know their slogan, it's like the best slogan ever. And I've heard Katie say it, and when I saw it on the palette, I thought it was just like hilarious, and like now me and my husband say it all the time, because this palette is here for a good time, not a long time. Honestly, that is like the best motto to live by, because I mean, you gotta have fun, right? So you gotta have a good time. If you guys liked this look, go ahead and like this channel. Don't forget, like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and like always, that's it. Bye.